Is that everything? This feast has to be great.
Yes, it is our last chance.
Wolf-kissed.
Welcome to Ravensthorpe. I'm Eivor, though you seem to know me already.
You are well known to us. I am Toka Sinriksdottir, and the Frankish boar with me is my advisor, Pierre. We are here on behalf of Sigfred of Francia, renowned warrior and leader of the Northmen there.
You look to be at home here already.
How could we not be? What you have done in this place is amazing. The guest house is a fitting addition. We have also brought new tastes for your long table from Francia. If it is drink you prefer, we have mulled wine.
Very generous. Some might say overly generous.
Consider it a token of goodwill from the hand of my uncle Sigfred. You know, clan to clan.
That would be blood if any here heard I refused to feast, so consider it accepted.
Yes, you honor us. Ravensthorpe reminds me of how Francia used to be. Given the chance, I would visit often.
And you would be welcome. Yet you do not share your gifts for nothing. I await the boon you surely will ask of me.
Tales of your judgment prove true. You can teach me some of that wisdom over ale this day. Shall we begin?
Let us see if these Frankish treats hold up to scrutiny.
Let us eat!
How one can prefer ale to wine? Mon Dieu, it astounds me still. You Norse may have us Franks on the battlefield, but when it comes to drink, we stand unbeaten.
If it makes me drunk, I'm glad to drink it.
Are there no standards anymore?
I want to show you something. In our travels throughout England, I have taken swords in raids and battles. This I took in a holmgang against two oafish brothers in East Anglia. 'Tis but a worn twig, but is still my favorite.
So you've traveled to all corners of this land before arriving at Ravensthorpe. To what end?
I mean to entice you and others like you to join in the glorious raids along the River Seine.
Who have you talked with thus far?
Many. Jarl Hemminger, Guthrum, even Halfdan. Paris itself is set to be besieged. And after that, we will have amassed more riches than anyone in England has dared imagine.
Let me guess how many Jarls will join you on your Frankish raids and sieges. None.
They just fail to see the scale of the bounty we stand to plunder.
What do you really want, Toga?
Every word I have said is true. But there is something else. A new power is rising in Francia.
What kind of power?
The Frankish kingdoms have been united under one king, Charles the Fat. And with this combined strength, Charles has begun a slow march against the Norse villages there. He killed my father and wiped out my village.
I am sorry for your father and your village. But we have our own troubles here in this land.
With Charles the Fat in power, those troubles will worsen. After his campaign in Francia, he will come for England. Charles will come for you and your clan. His armies multiply by the day. Real soldiers and cavalry, not like the Saxon farmhands and gillers in these parts.
If the Raven clan were to help you, what is it you would ask of us?
Our chieftain, Sigfred, prepares to siege Paris and make the Franks rethink their actions against we Norse. And our longships will grow heavy with treasure in the doing.
My scouts attest to the claims of Toka and her people. But before now, I saw no reason to involve our clan.
Do you see reason now?
If the Mad King Charles does have ambitions for England, we should act. The Sigfrids you mentioned. He rallies the Norse there. Joining him could be our chance to push back against this new king.
Or I could meet this Charles myself, and if he will not deal with me, I kill him.
This problem is bigger than one king. If we kill one, another will rise. Were he murdered by a Norse from England, it could bring the Franks to our shores even sooner.
Then I will be mindful of who I kill and who I ally with in Francia. Could be a stable king is the way to keep Ravensthorpe safe.
Let me see the sword. I wish to examine the ironwork.
No, I stole this, and it is mine.
Fine. If you will not show it to me, I will have to take it. Ready yourself, Pierre. I challenge you to a holmgang.
Enough. Toka, you came here looking for help with this new Frankish threat, and the Raven clan will answer your call.
You will? You will! I promise you will not regret this. Find Pierre when you have prepared, and we will make for Francia at once.
Thank you.
My head. I should have kept to ale. Toka said to find Pierre when I'm ready to travel to Francia.
Poor Kist. I hope your head does not ache like mine. What a night. But we should leave for Francia soon.
Pierre.
Ready to leave for Francia when you are.
I'm ready. Francia, the land of Charlemagne and the bitter price of Ragnar, who sacked Paris for a fortune in silver and sorrow. Now a new king rises, uniting Franks against Norse in open battle, and casting angry eyes toward England. I must stop this mad king from sending war across the sea. Already his armies assemble, and crows gather again over Paris.
Welcome to Francia!
What? No sniveling emissary from King Charles to greet us?
Believe me, Wolf-Kissed, you will feel the warmth of his welcome soon enough.
The Mad King did this.
We all had a part in it.
Gods. This is what he would bring to Ravensthorpe.
It is. We are almost there, but we cannot take the longship around Paris as the Franks' bridges block the way. Our village is inland. We will take the horses from here. The others will follow on foot.
Is there danger of an ambush?
Not this close to the water, and not at night. Siegfried has done his work too well.
I will finish unloading the ship. You two go ahead.
Many thanks, Pierre.
And Eivor, there is something we should talk about when I arrive at Melun. Until then, ride safe.
Mount up. The ride is not long. How will I face Siegfried? He entrusted me to gather axes. He wants me... How will I face Siegfried? He entrusted me to gather axes. He wants me to lead one day, but I failed even this.
The failure was not all yours, Tuka. Jarls are ever busy with their own concerns.
Ah, just give me strong ale and a good fight. What else matters? Frankish scouts. They have been watching us closely of late. What do you think it means, Eivor?
That Siegfried has not finished his work yet.
Siegfried will not be finished until there are no more Franks left to fight. Scouts have been gnawing at our heels ever since Charles forced us from the north.
He pushes hard against your people. You might have to lead sooner than you expect, Toga.
I may not be the best one to do it. I see the longhouse. We are almost there. It is strange to be back after so long. I thought to return with an army. Welcome to Milan. We should find Siegfried.
Toka, you have returned. All went well, I hope. Are the others you brought coming behind
I need
you?
to find Siegfried.
Of course. Well, you will find him where he always is.
Ah yes, he will be at the burial grounds, staring into the mist. It is where he begins. This way.
Yo. How goes it?
Our burial grounds. Sinrik, my father, lies there, with the others. We should go.
Okay. Ugh.
There's something calming about
It
this
is a
place.
beautiful land. Or would be if it was not filled with Franks. There is Siegfried.
Beans and Franks.
You go ahead. He may not be happy to see me return with so few allies.
Franks and beans. Chernobylite, addicted to the game. Well, good. I'm glad it's grasped your attention. I mean, for the things that I've seen and heard, seems like it's definitely one of those games to that people have really been looking forward to.
Siegfried.
You came wolf-kissed. Good.
Looking like Jason Momoa.
You knew it was me.
Pierre sent word ahead. Your axe will be a boon to us.
I heard your axe has been busy as well.
Yes, I've slain many on the open field with honor, as Odin intended.
It is our way.
But it is not their way. The Franks dragged our Jarl Sinrik from his bed and gutted him like a coward. They did not even bury him, just left his body for the animals to take. I raised this mound for him.
You want me to join your side against these Franks?
There is no side. There is only blood debt and vengeance and Helheim for those I split with my axe.
How dangerous are these Franks? What do they want?
Do you not understand? They want us as Sinrik, dead and dishonored, but I will teach them what honor means. Now we will feast, and I will tell you of my plans for Paris. This is Vidar, a more noble beast I have never known.
The God of Vengeance. It is a good name.
Many Franks have met their end beneath his iron hoof. He hates them almost as much as I do.
You're on a horse and I'm on a big old kitty cat.
At Sinrik's grave.
Sinrik won it from me in the Holmgang.
Does everything Fallout 4 did but better? Holy crap,
watches
dude.
over Odin's hall in Valhalla. He was holding it when I found him. It was the only way I knew him after the animals had gotten to his body.
I was trying to go back and play Foreclosed today, and holy crap, dude, I'm just not feeling this. So I'm gonna send it back again on Monday. That's a really big thing to say though for a game like that.
And brought longships full of silver back to King Horik. We will
I guess it is what it is.
chests with silver and our mugs with mead, blood and glory. Skull!
This is not just about silver, Torka.
He hates being disturbed while he eats.
You know, Ragnar returned with more than just silver.
More than silver? What was it? Swords, precious jewels, wine.
Stories of a dead saint defending Paris. Horik was so awed, he freed the Christians and executed his raiders.
Really? That does not sound glorious.
Behold, I will deliver thine enemy into thine hand, that thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good to thee. Kill the heathens! Bring me Sigfred's head, and that one as well. Leave the stripling alive to tell of it.
The what?
Bishop Engelwin. This is a good night.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have also talked about how those,
Oh shit. I should not be seen in this area.
that, sometimes
Horses
those,
give them advantage, but it will not be enough.
the indie scene has been better than AAA, or a lot of people will say so anyways. On many different occasions, so I guess this is just another example of that. I didn't mean to kill the horse, but it was in the way. I mean, really, though, nowadays it seems like it doesn't even really matter if it's AAA or AA or Triple D or Double D or whatever. Especially when it comes to indies.
Siegfried, wait! What did he say to you?
Torka, see to the wounded, and find the watch. They should have warned us of the attack.
I told you he doesn't like to be interrupted while eating.
We needed that soldier alive to question. Wild heart, level head.
Oh, I like that.
Where is Siegfried going?
My guess is to find that bishop, Engelwin. He hates him above all others. It was he who killed Cynric.
Yes, his sword brother. And your father. I'm sorry, Toga.
Nothing has changed. If anything, the attacks grow more frequent, as you see.
Randvi was right. I have to stop this before it reaches Ravensthorpe.
Unless you can convince their king to surrender, you may have to kill every soldier in Francia.
Then I will meet with Charles and see if he can be negotiated with.
Their king? That pork-bellied coward will split your skull when you turn your back. Better to kill him than to trust him.
The problem is bigger than one king, Toga. I must talk to him. It is what my clan expects.
You may be right. But I am not the one you will have to convince in the end.
Yeah, that's true.
If you kill Engelwin, Siegfried might be persuaded to help you find Charles.
You begin to think like a Jarl, Toga.
Twice our scouts followed Engelwin to the slums south of Paris. When you are ready, that is where Siegfried will be.
I will meet Siegfried there and return when Engelwin is dead. Then, we will find Charles.
Eivor, over here.
Well, everything went well yesterday with the... Ooh, I got me a bear I can ride now? Is that what that is? Well, that's interesting. Ursa Major. Ursa Major, Ursa Minor. everything went all right yesterday with the trip over here. We ran into a little bit of rain, I think, like after we got out of Columbia, but I mean, it wasn't anything like it was terrible or nothing. And ran into a little bit of rain when we had gotten closer to Atlanta, and that was it. I mean, obviously, yeah, we had some traffic to go through when it came to going through Atlanta itself, but I mean that's to be expected because with people coming off of exits and whatnot and trying to get through the city and out of the city and all that, you're going to expect slowdown and traffic gradually moving. But after you get through that, you're back on the free open roads and everything is open and everybody's moving the same speed. So, but yeah. We left probably close to 9:30 yesterday morning, I think it was.
Yeah. What is this about?
We have a shared interest. You in resisting Francia's North-loathing loyalists, me in getting paid.
Those do not seem connected.
I am working with a rogue band of men and women across Francia who tire of the chaos Charles's rule brought. Their numbers are small. Few are foolish enough to resist well-equipped loyalist forces.
You do not believe in their cause.
I do not, but they do. This is where you come in. Help them, and you will have ample reward for your effort.
It is strange that you support them while believing their cause ill-fated.
What kind of monster would I be if I were to dash the hope they hold in their hearts? Anyway, there is profit to be made, and only a fool ignores that. So, what will it be?
What do you have?
It begins. Good luck, Eivor.
Well, that's good then. Glad to know it has depth to it. That's good. Actually, that night after we left from your place, my mom did come over. She actually showed up like a few minutes after we got home, and I think she stayed for an hour and a half, I believe it was, standing around there talking to all of us. She was going to show back up that morning before we had left, but my mom's dealing with some health issues right now, so sometimes she has good days and bad days. So. Which I knew that she was, but she claimed that she was gonna show up like 2 days prior, like I believe around maybe Tuesday or something. But come to find out, that's when she wasn't feeling up to par for it. Around Tuesday and Wednesday, I think, was when she was kind of planning for it. Yeah, that's good. I mean, when it comes to me in RPGs, there's times where I don't like the...
There will not be a single franc left in these hills by midnight.
I sometimes just don't like dealing with all the real deep intricacies of RPGs sometimes. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I just don't. I like things to be streamlined for me. because trying to nitpick at what points go into what statuses, different stats kind of just they kind of wane on me for a bit. It's like I was playing the Diablo 2 beta, the day before and yesterday and some today, and you can really tell how the way it's a product of its own time, even though it says it's remade or remastered. The bottom line is that it just, knowing it's a part of their own, like that time period, it kind of is a little boring to me, you know. And maybe it's because of the fact that I'm not playing with people, even though I'm trying to. But I don't. It doesn't. It's not like it really. It doesn't seem like it's gonna push too much difference in terms of like how I'm enjoying it or how I'm playing it, honestly. Because I got to a point where I was like, oh look, I died, you know, and then I was just like, well. And the thing is though, is that apparently, and I guess it's just maybe because it's the beta, but it's like starting you back over again, back in the camp that you were in, when I thought it was just going to go ahead and put me like somewhere near where I was before previously. And obviously with those older Diablo games, they're randomized a whole lot. You know, like how the layouts are of the maps. And I think the same thing is said for Diablo 3 too, if I'm not mistaken. So
Never saw it coming.
I mean, I don't know.
Good shape. Thanks to you, Eivor.
Ooh. I mean, I'll just see how it goes when the full version comes out. But I was just kind of like, You know, and the thing is, though, is that with it being like remastered, like the attacks and whatnot can kind of be off kilter. You know, like sometimes they'll miss, and I'm just like, I don't want to hold this down and press this the whole time to expect. I don't know, man. Like it was kind of getting to me, also because of the fact that it seemed like they were still trying to dwell on. Like the way that the inventory management is. I mean, I know that's kind of like how it was in all those types of games, but I don't know. Like, it's okay for what it is, and yeah, it's good for people to be able to play it who's never played it before. And I mean, I have played it. I haven't beaten it. I used to have it on my PC. Well, my older PC, I should say. And I honestly can't remember what happened. Actually, I think I do still have it. I probably had it digitally on Blizzard's store, if I'm not mistaken, when I first got my first PC. And I was playing it on there fine, but, you know, other games pulled me away. And I just hadn't gone back to play it. But now with it being remastered, I'm like, yeah. I'll definitely end up playing it again at some point, but not when it first releases. I mean, they're releasing it at a $40 price point, so at least it's not going to be full price. But still.
Did you see him crush that soldier's neck?
I mean, I really like 3 for what it was. I mean, especially considering how new it was compared to the other 2 games. I mean, they're still classics in their own right, but to me, I guess, with how gaming has evolved over time, they're classics of their own time period, I guess. But there's still some things that transfer over to today too, in terms of like different mechanics from way back when that are still in games today. The music in it is really good, though. I can tell how it seems like they've kind of remastered or remade some of the tracks and probably added in some new ones, too. The thing that kind of gets to me as well is that, from what I can tell, I don't even think that they bothered, and I could be wrong about this,
Magnifique.
But
if you want to do more, I'll be here.
I don't think they remade the intro movie. I think it looks to me like they may have ported it over, but I could be wrong. They probably did remake it, but it looks so similar to the original one that I don't know, I can't really tell.
I did not take you for a lover of cats.
I am not. One of the rebels picked it up during a mission. Nearly cost the fool his life.
Animals are true-hearted. That cat will be a loyal companion to the end of its life.
I doubt it. Felines are crafty, sly. They follow their own agendas. Much like myself. Once he has had his fill of food and drink, I predict a quiet disappearance. Speaking of disappearances, the loyalists grow fewer. Our missions are going well.
Am I detecting some sentiment?
We are making small change, but it is not enough. And it matters not, so long as we make a profit. How can I help?
How do the rebels fare?
Deniers. Oh.
That's all for now? What do you want to do?
What have you got for me?
So it begins. Good luck, Eivor.
Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Da, 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 da. I'm kind of interested to know what's going to go on with that new Aliens game, Fireteam. I thought you could just play it multiplayer, but apparently you can do single player too, so I don't know. I guess I have to see how it goes. I was planning to rent it from Gamefly, so... Let's see. Huh, I didn't know I had these. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It kind of looks like it has a World War Z vibe to it. Hey, Death, what's going on, man? How you doing? I'm sorry I haven't been able to check out most of your live streams lately. I've still been going in there and checking out the archive version a bit and giving you a like. Been on vacation this past week anyway, so kind of pretty much been going out and doing something like every day. And then having my brain fried by the evening. second here now. Quit humming and talk to me. Is there any other extra riding training? No, there isn't. I got my burr. Let me riding around on a bear. That's just funny. I'd rather want to have that one. You got any interesting horsies here, sir? Or any other types of mounts that may garner my interest? It seems not. They pretty much look the same, but one looks bushier than the other one. That's just kind of odd. No.
I'm off.
This... There we go. Splattered a chicken. That was great. There was somebody who subscribed to me last night who... I thought it was funny because, like, they subscribed to me and I looked at the picture that they had, and I'm guessing it's them, but when I looked at it, I'm like, that person looks familiar. But I never knew they had a YouTube channel, and then I went to go look at some of their videos, and I'm like, well, they aren't talking, so I can't really tell if it's them or not, considering I've heard their voice before. So, yeah, I don't know. There's only so many genes in the world, and sometimes people can have a tendency to look alike. Hey, wait, die.
God damn you!
What did you say, sir?
Knock the dog down!
Skidamarinky dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. I killed you.
There is no escape!
Who that?
Oh, diable, you!
Alright, man. Keep plugging away at Chernobyl. I'll check you later. Thank you for coming in. Have I played Ghost of Tsushima? Yes, I have. It's definitely one of my favorite games. I've done everything that I wanted to do in it. Finished the main story, did a lot of side stuff. Actually, I think I've done almost all the side stuff, as a matter of fact. So, yeah. I'm kind of thinking about when would be the good price point for me to get the expansion they came out with the Icky Island. Some people are saying it could be up around like 12 to 15 hours, and it's $20 for the PS4 expansion. So I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna maybe check out a couple other reviews first before I kind of decide to pull the bullet. I mean, pull the trigger to fire the bullet. I'm definitely gonna get it. I just kind of determining at what point I want to buy it at. Yeah. Yeah, I believe it's 20. It's really kind of strange on how they were doing the whole situation with the pricing for that thing, knowing the PS5 version was coming out. I would say that I would probably go ahead and end up getting it, but then again, I'm also trying to get through this particular open world. But then again, Ghost of Tsushima operates a lot better than this does, that's for sure. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. This is before I really got into playing or renting from GameFly, which is one of the main things I'm doing right now. But I played the crap out of that thing when I got it.
Help a poor soul to eat. Alms for a poor man. Have mercy.
I guess something was going to happen in there, but it's not happening there right now. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree. And I'm really glad that they didn't bother to put any kind of woke crap in it either. Thank goodness.
Be my eyes, Sunan.
They just made it seem like it was a classic samurai film with the way the story was and all that, which I was happy for. Oh my gosh. Ah yes, the rat swarms. Forgot about this. Was this around the time of the Black Plague? This reminds me of that game, Plague Tale Innocence. Which I'm very upset to say that somehow I accidentally got rid of my save, and yeah. I think I was pretty far into it, and don't really want to bother with it right now until much later, if that. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely good luck with that. I played it on easy. I always play games on easy, if I can.
How did you find me? Where's Toka?
Toka guessed you would be here. She is still at Milan, looking for your missing watch.
I lost England, but this soldier told me he is heading for the church nearby. Come, we can go through the slums. Even from here,
yeah, I don't doubt it.
Taste of the slums.
Siegfried, I mean to stop this fight from coming to England. I must meet with Charles.
For what? I cannot bargain with these thralls. Have you forgotten my fallen brother, Cynric?
No, and that is why I must try. It is why I came to Francia. If I kill Engelman, I want you to help me get an audience with the king.
There is no reasoning with you, Wolf-Kissed. You are as wild as your namesake.
I was trying to see if I could get that trophy in there where I had all the pieces to make you look like a samurai version of Sly Cooper. but I don't know why, but for some reason the trophy didn't pop up for it. Obviously I'd done something that wasn't up to par for it to be able to happen, so
In
I
our
have to look
veins
into
runs
that
the
if
blood
I
of holy
want to
kings
bother
and
with it.
conquerors. The Northerners may have numbers, but we have God.
That is Odo, Count of Paris and right-hand man to the king, drumming up support for his army, no doubt.
Our courage and honor will not fail us, no matter how hot
Courage
the fight.
and honor.
We will overcome this evil, as we always have.
Self-important as always. The one next to him is Gosselin, Bishop of Paris and a fearsome warrior. For Frank. Those two are for another day. You have to get to Englewood, and to do that, you have to find your way into the church. The answer is down there in that stink.
That is not much to go on.
If it was easy, I would have killed him myself already. You have an advantage. You are unknown to these people.
The Raider Siegfried is almost at our gates. And what does he want? What the Northerners always want. Blood and silver. Yours and mine.
Me, they know quite well already. Someone down there knows something. All you have to do is get them to tell you.
I have your word. Once this is done, we find Charles.
As you say, but work fast. I cannot leave Miller unguarded long. And this Frankish stench already turns my stomach. Three guards. Insulting. I will deal with them, while you find Engelwin. He is hiding in his church. Will you sneak in? Convince one of his own to aid you? Or cover the streets with blood?
As you would?
They deserve no less. But you are the wolf-kissed. You do not need my advice. So what will you do?
I will find my own way.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. That's some real handy trickery with the fingers to be able to not have that happen.
What do you see?
Hey, Junebug, how's it going, man? Long time no see. Welcome back. Well, if that's the case, that makes a lot of sense then. I haven't watched any modern wrestling, or at least WWE, in a long while, because from a lot of stuff that I've been hearing and what little I have been seeing, it's been seeming like it's a bunch of hot garbage. I really want to get into watching AEW again, especially since CM Punk is back in wrestling now, and they're getting a lot of the WWE guys and girls to go over there. Considering the fact that WWE is just getting rid of them all. There's a rumor going around that Vince McMahon is finally getting around to possibly retiring and actually selling off the company. Which is kind of funny because there was a storyline that they ended up doing where back in the early 2000s, I think it was 2002, I believe, where he was talking about how he was going to kill off his own company. He built it, and he was going to go ahead and kill it off. He took it from his dad, and then was going to kill it off because of the fact that the storyline was going where his company got halved in a share between him and Ric Flair, and he wasn't going to put up with it, and was going to bring in the NWO as the poison that was going to infect the company and kill it off and all of that, knowing how, you know, they apparently had done with WCW. But that was just bad booking in general. And now it seems like that storyline is actually coming to fruition. That's what it feels like. Yeah, I mean that's understandable. In terms of wrestling, the only real thing that I've been watching with that has been older episodes that I missed when I was away at a boarding school and also a private college back in the early 2000s. Because we couldn't have TVs there, we couldn't watch that stuff there, and blah blah frickin' blah. So now I'm going back and catching up on what they said I couldn't watch, and I'm going to watch it anyways. Sign over to Triple H and Stephanie. Yeah, well, there was talk of that. There was talk of that happening, but now I don't know. I just know that WWE, they had SummerSlam last night, and obviously I didn't bother to watch it because I didn't care.
The King's man, and he has told you.
Bread or coin? Bread or coin?
But I saw a couple of videos last night that were very botchy in terms of how they were implemented, and it was hilarious. Looks like he got a nipple head.
Are you the owner?
Owner? That's such a naively hopeful world. What can I get you?
French soldier sounded very English. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Ubisoft doesn't know jack diddly about the history that they try to put into these games. What happened to Chris Benoit? Ranzo and controversy. Well, I mean, you know, he did what he did, dude, and I think the doctor was to blame too because of him giving him pills and steroids and whatnot that he shouldn't have been giving him, and they were also blaming him for the fact that some of the things that went on with Chris, and it screwed everything up in his brain, and I mean, he murdered himself and murdered his family. There's not really anything else to really say about that. It was a horrible thing that happened, and I believe the doctor had got sentenced to prison for a certain amount of years, and that's all I can really retain from it. It's really weird watching these older SmackDowns, for example, back in 2003, and seeing him there and seeing him wrestle. Obviously, this is before all of this went down, and it's just like, holy crap, dude! You're just watching a guy who ended up doing this, and you're watching him wrestle and all this stuff before it happened, and then you think about it, it's like, oh, this is going to end up happening later down the road, and it's such a shame that it happened.
You have a good crowd.
If you mean tables of soldiers drowning themselves in wine at my expense, then yes, it's good enough. It might be better if not for that old drunk over there, crying about the bishop to everyone who listened. I'd send him away, but to be honest, I need his business.
And I mean, some people are talking like, oh, well, should he still be in the Hall of Fame? You know, maybe I think WWE pretty much just wiped that out from ever happening. It's like, well, why can't we look at all of his achievements previously before this happened? You know, that's a real slippery slope there, I guess. I guess some people could look at it, yeah, that should just be stricken from the record, and some people look at it as like, well, he did this and he did this, yeah, but he got involved in this, and you know, did a terrible thing and killed himself too, and so yeah. I mean, yeah, if they got all the evidence there and shown what had happened, it's he was the one that had done it, and if you go and look at that episode dealing with that from the dark side of the ring, it gives a lot of insight on that. Yeah, I know, that's what's strange. Yeah, that he ended up doing that. But I think what happened was that they claimed that they didn't have enough evidence of it, or he wasn't really convicted of it. Or I think he was convicted on that, or convicted on something. He went to jail or court, or so. I don't know all of what happened. That's just what little I remember from hearing about. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people are saying that, and some people are saying it one way, and then other people are thinking about it the other way. And I'm just like, dude, I was like, everything should just be over and done with that whole situation.
I need to find the bishop.
The bishop. I can tell you he's not in this mud pit, my friend. He wouldn't risk soiling his holy sandals. There is a priest who does the bishop's numbers in here at times. Last I saw, he was talking to a table of soldiers.
Thanks for the help.
You look the kind that enjoys a good complaint. You'll be back.
Yeah. Hang on a second, guys. I'll be right back. I gotta assist with something real quick.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Oh, hang on a second. Dadgummit, I gotta wash my hands. Okay. Alright. Sorry about that. My lady's mother ended up bringing over a grill that her father had found. I think they got it at I don't know where they got it from, but it looks like it's brand new, but they may have gotten it used, or it may have just been probably new in general, and somebody decided to sell it. So she already had one, but this one looks like it's a little bit more in depth in terms of what it has. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyways.
Wine loosens lips as well as ale. Someone at the tavern might know something that will get me into the church.
I'm actually kind of feeling like that these other little things that they got that's going on now, especially in this DLC, is where you have a few different ways of being able to take on these types of missions now, whether you end up gathering info to be able to get in, go in, guns a-blazing, well, blades a-blazing, I guess you could say, or having another way of doing it. So obviously I'm going to try to do the one that's going to end up having the most story to it, but if all else fails, then I'm just going to go in and kill everything. Well, he's petting the kitty. Yeah, I saw that video.
What does the bishop and his soldiers want with my daughter? She's a good girl. He never did wrong. She's all I've got.
You mentioned the bishop.
Oh, he took her, my daughter. She's gone. She's a good girl. Never any trouble. She wouldn't steal anything.
Who took your daughter? Was it the bishop?
The bishop's soldiers in the slums. Said she stole the bishop's silver